Valentine's Day to everybody that doesn't have a Valentine, just like me. Heartbroken. How are you all doing today, guys? Welcome in for some shiny hunting goodness to remind us all that we're not lonely. We're all loved. We're all loved by the woo bat, maybe. Welcome. So, I'm having a protein shake at the moment, so give me a second. We'll quickly scoff this down, and then we'll get into it. There we go. So, yeah. This is a shiny that I already have a few of. Oops, helps if I spell it right. Woobat. Alright, so we have 4 shinies already. I actually need to evolve one. So, yeah, if we don't get a shiny tonight, it's no big deal. Yeah, hopefully, maybe we can get a decent one. Maybe, because, yeah, we actually need a decent shiny. So, hey, Rob, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Alright. Okay, well that little bit in the bottom is staying there because it doesn't come out. Anyway, let's get into some shiny hunting. Grab my water. Grab my phones. And check the little Woobat. Not shiny, unfortunately. Hey, Silence. Welcome in. Silence Dexo. Welcome. Spider-Bat does whatever a Spider-Bat does. Except love. Doesn't love people. Alright. You're playing Spotlight Hour right now too? Nice. Fingers crossed you get the shiny. Hello, pup. Jumped out of the car and random dogs just walked up and said hello. It's wishing me a happy Valentine's Day because it's just like, you know what? Someone's got to. So I appreciate that very much. Because you live in Victoria as well. Nice, that's where I am, in Victoria. So sending you some shiny finders too. Hopefully you'll get yourself a shiny. Hopefully we all get shinies, as I said, to remind us of our loneliness. Just some of you were just like, hey, speak for yourself, you know, like, excuse me, I'm not lonely. I'm either quite comfortable with my being by myself or I have a partner. So we'll see how we go today. I actually have a joke for you guys, a Valentine's Day joke that I heard on the radio on the way here. It was actually funny, so it's just like, I will have to steal that and tell people in the chat because I reckon it'll get a laugh. Hey, you're single too. Like I said, that's why we're all here. Anybody that has, you know, loved ones and stuff like that, they're busy right now, having dinner and all that sort of stuff. Hey, Becky, how you doing? Oh, wait, I'm here. How you doing, John? Welcome in. I have 475 candies for Woobat. You don't have the Evo. I don't think I've got an evolution of this either. Oh, we just checked before, so no. I was just thinking of the shiny, but we actually don't have one in general. I've never actually done one. So we might have to do that at the end. Miss Murdy, you've got me now. They all suck. Yeah, they do. What, loved ones or people with loved ones? Please clarify. Oh, well, like I said, we're all here with each other, so we're all each other's Valentine. So happy Valentine's Day, peoples. Hope you're having a good day. Hopefully you can get the shiny tonight. Yeah, fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed for you. Sending you the shiny vibes. This one, I'm pretty sure it is a boosted shiny, if I remember correctly. Go, my silly bug Pokemon. No one wants your bug Pokemon. Ew, nobody wants bugs on Valentine's Day. Well, if we do get the shiny, it'll be the only woo I'm getting tonight. Get it? Oh, damn it. Damn it! You have a girlfriend. Well, lucky chum. You're one of the other people. But she moved back to her home state. Wait, is she like one of those girlfriends that you have when you're just like, you don't know her, she goes to another school? It's like, is she real, chum? Is she real? Nah. Well done, dude. Congratulations with your happy long distance relationship. Long distance relationships can work. Both people are, committed sort of thing. So hopefully it'll work out for you, dude. You're giving up smoking again you need to get your license. Yes, licenses are very handy. Oh my god, Balloon, can you stop dive bombing when I'm trying to click on Woobats? Licenses are very handy to have. They let you drive and stuff. Other people, how you going, Debbie? Welcome in. Good to see you. So, how prepared are you for Friday, Debbie? So far, I still don't have a team. I have no idea what I'm going to select for my team. So, best I do that before Friday morning, hey? Your girlfriend broke up with you over 3 weeks ago. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks, man. In your opinion, you reckon Woobat you reckon Woobat was made by them putting different animal parts on? Yeah, it actually looks like an overgrown swinub just grew wings. Or it swallowed a Zubat and just popped wings out of the side and just like, alright, I'm a different Pokemon now. You bought a bed, no more paint on the floor. Oh, nice. Wait, the floor's from China or the bed's from China, I'm guessing. You're not actually playing, you're just vlogging. Okay. I thought you were playing. Alright, well, that's one person I don't have to worry about losing against. Yes. Awesome. No, honestly, I'm not expecting to perform very well. Giving some of the competition, it's just yeah. This isn't really PvP isn't my jam. I enjoy doing it, but I'm not a professional in it by any stretch. 7 days ago you got to level 41. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Congratulations on finally getting up to level 41. It's where the real grind starts. You got to start doing all your extra tasks and stuff like that as well, on top of everything else. Hey, Lachlan, how you doing? Congrats on your Chinese bed. The rocket balloon is from China. It took me a second and I'm like, yeah, wait, Just waiting for the guys to come and shoot down. Just have fun. Yeah, that's the plan. Like I said, I'm not gonna go out of my way to try and really compete against anybody too significantly, just because I know that I won't do too well. So it's just to have a bit of fun, meet people, all of that sort of good stuff. Should be a good weekend. Are you a registered, but you can't? So you're doing the one in Perth as well, I'm guessing. So you'd rather take the opportunity to just chat with everybody? Yeah. Nah, sounds good. Like I said, it'll be a good weekend. Getting to meet a lot of people that are coming over for it. Because I was looking, like I saw it pop up on the Discord earlier, there's like 80 plus people that are coming to Melbourne now, something like that. So it's going to be fairly busy. Like there's going to be a lot of people. It's such a big jump from what it was last year, because I mean, I was at last year's one, and yeah, there was like 30 people, 30, 40 people. Like it was still like quite a few people, but just the venue that it was being held at, it was just small. And this year it's, hey, we got a big one. It's huge. Yeah, this year being at the exhibition centre, it's a little bit better. It's going to be a bit more room. You already got 800k XP at a 705 million, a 7.5 million, I should say. So you're getting, okay, cool. Nice. Well done. You didn't even get, wait, you didn't get the event? Why not? You should have got it. As long as you were spinning stops during the time period, you should have got like research for it, dude. That's very weird. Hey Patricia, how you doing? Welcome in, good to see you. Jimmy the Pokemon. No. Did you hear me talking about my types and stuff that on the weekend during the Love Disc event? It's just like, dude, I can't even remember typings properly. I am far from being the king of Pokemon. I'm more like the court jester of Pokemon. Might make you laugh, but you'll probably want to execute me by the end of the day, so. Sorry you missed last 2 raid hours. Uni has been crazy. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Ms. Matter. Like, yeah, you're not obligated to come and help every week. Like, I appreciate you coming and helping out with the raids. It does make them a little bit easier, but like I said, it's not an obligation, so it's not like you're getting paid for it or anything like that. You do it out of your own kindness, and you know, you're taking time out of your own day and all that sort of stuff to come along, so I appreciate it. You're driving down to Vegas on Friday? Nice, dude. Should be a fun weekend for you guys that are actually getting to do the Hoenn tour. Hopefully you'll get to meet all the PokeTubers. That'll be cool. I mean, to me they're just normal people that I already know, but I mean for you guys it's fun meeting them for the first time. To me they're just my competition. No, I love them guys. Rayquaza is a good raider. Yeah, I'm so glad that we're actually getting it in a raid hour, because it's like going to be around for such a short period of time that I was worried that they weren't going to sort of slip it into the time frame where raid hour was on. But yeah, should be like hella busy that day for raid hour, I'm pretty sure. Last time Rayquaza was like, there's certain Pokemon like Rayquaza, Mewtwo, like even Groudon and more so Kyogre over Groudon, but those 3 seem to be like huge draw cards. 3 or 4 raid hours are usually fairly busy. Yeah, so no shiny Love Disc for you. You didn't get the event. That really doesn't make sense that you didn't get the event. That sucks, man. You sure you went out on the right day? Because you should have gotten it. I don't know why you wouldn't have gotten it, but everybody else did. When is Ray? Not this raid hour. Next one, yes, if I remember correctly. So not tomorrow, next week. I'm pretty sure. 22nd it starts, yeah. So next week. Also guaranteed hundo is 944. Wait for Woobat. For the Wooboo. You also didn't get the shiny. Love this. Honestly, we'll get it again next Valentine's Day because it's one of those, you know, heart Pokemon lovey-dovey sort of thing. So it'll always be featured during the Valentine's Day event. So I wouldn't stress too much about not getting it this time around. Hopefully you'll get it next time around. And usually when they do like the water events and stuff like that as well, it can feature during them. So you should get more chance at getting it. And I have like 15 of them or something now. So I'm more than happy to trade you one if like we meet up and stuff. You are billing me, I just don't know. So when we get, like we do a meetup, you're just gonna hand me an invoice. This is how much you actually owe. I'm like, oh geez. Turns out a couple of $100 out of pocket. Did he go out during the time period as well? Well, that's what I'm wondering. It's just like for people not to get the event at all. It's just like, are you sure you went out at the right time or the right day? Because it should have been happening. I don't know why it wouldn't be happening for some people and not others, but very odd. You ended up with 9? Nice. I got 9 as well on the day, and I ended up with a shiny Bronzor as well, surprisingly. Just a lucky off-brand shiny for the day, so that was a nice little score. Love this is appearing during the Hoenn tour as well. Yay! More chances. Just what we need, eh? Oh, those two little Woobats were making out with each other. Not jealous. It's not fair. Nobody wants to make out with Jimmy. My bag is full. Remember, it is Niantic. Yeah, you are right about that. It quite possibly could have been broken for some people and not others. Because it's Niantic. Niantic is good. You will. Thanks, man. Thanks. All right, everybody, form a line. I guess we'll set up a kissing booth. No. Wait, maybe we could charge people. $10 a smooch. $50 if you want tongue. That just sounds bad. I'm only joking, guys. Alright, well, I guess there's enough people here now, so I'll tell you guys the joke that I heard on here. It's just like sending out a nice Valentine's A shout out to everybody that might not be getting the V or the D today. So it's Valentine's A. Get it? Yeah. Execution wasn't the greatest, but good old Valentine's A. Another huge one. It's a new record. Alright, so we're already 20 minutes in. It has gone past relatively quickly so far. So hopefully we'll get our little shiny. Why? No, not a Valentine's, oh, Alentine's A. Was it just me? But during the Valentine's Day event, it was like Skitty Day. There was, honestly, I've seen more Nidoran males than anything else. Like, there's been a mix of like both Nidorans, but the vast majority of my home spawns have just been clusters of male Nidoran. And it's just like, what's this sausage party going? Be my Valentine. That's why we're here. We're being I'm being everybody's Valentine today because I don't have my own. So we can all share the love. You got nearly 300 candy for it in one day. Nice. Hey, stay on my face. Come on, little moldy bat. Where you are? Where you are? Where are you at? Is what I meant to say. Where you are. I mean, that still sort of works if your non-dominant language is not English, which I suppose. I mean, it's something that. It's like, I was raised to speak English, but I still struggle with it. You have 2,170 XL candies for Meltan. Nice. I don't really keep track of how much candy I've got for stuff. I just look when it's time to do something with whatever Pokemon it is. I did forget to put sunscreen on before I came out, which probably wasn't the smartest thing. Oh my god, hey, just stay. You got a Hundo Meltan? Nice. I'll metal roller. Sun is a little bit toasty. Toasty sun. Look at all these lazy boys sitting around. Or should I say laying around? Lazy boys. Sounds like me. I'm surprised I'm not over there in the field laying down with them. Just chilling, waiting for the shinies to come to me. So many boots. So many little boots. Fuzzy boot. I'm mostly working. Yeah, now that the pandemic is sort of, well, it's not over, but people have sort of put it to the back of their mind and continued with normal life. That seems to be the thing these days. Everybody's just back working and stuff, back at school, doing all that sort of stuff. Getting on with normal life. You want to go live, you need 50 subs. Unfortunately, dude, it's one of those things that you just, yeah, you got to earn those subs sort of thing. Yeah, like people can go on sub to your channel and stuff like that, but it's honestly, it's better if you earn those subs, because then you've got people that are actually going to watch you. There's no point getting people sort of subbing to your channel that aren't going to end up being in the live streams, because then you're streaming to nobody, and that's not fun. I know that's like. So you'll get there, dude. Just keep uploading content that, you know, people are going to want to watch. Hey, thank you, Patricia, for the donation. Happy V-Day to all. And may all the requests be shiny. Thank you so much. Can we get some hearts in the chat for Patricia for that lovely V-Day donation? Let's get some hearts, some pog faces. Hearts and pog faces. How many subs are you sitting at so far, Rob? Because I mean, it's a hard slog getting to, like I said, if you just keep uploading stuff, people will hopefully 14. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's better than 0. How many shinies? None so far today. I do already have 5 or 6 of these already, so it's not a shiny that I really need, but hopefully we'll get one, because if not, we have to transfer a shiny at the end. If we don't get the shiny, you have 0 shinies. Well, fingers crossed that you'll get one during tonight's Spotlight Hour, or when it starts for you, sort of thing. Today will be the day. Do I have Shundo? I've only got 2 Shundos. I've got a Milotic and a Whale Lord. But I got a gazillion shinies and a couple of hundred hundos. I suppose I can do that. Shoni! Show me the shonies. Just these. Go away, boy. Stay out of my face. Stay. Good old shonies. They're phony shinies. They're goddamn shonies. Since, you know, we have terminologies for like everything: shundos, hundos, purified shundos, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll coin another one. Those damn shonies. How did I get them? I got the Whale Lord during the Johto tour, and I got the Phoebus / Milotic on the Phoebus research day when we had that a few years back. I do have a raid invite. And I need to buy raid passes, so by the time I've done that, there won't be enough time to jump into it. I'm pretty much done with Tapu Lele anyway. Don't have the shiny for it, but there's only so much money that I'm going to spend on it trying to get it, sort of thing. It's not really useful for anything, and it'll be back. If I get all the shinies first time around, then I've got nothing to look forward to in the future. So I gotta leave some of them for like later dates. Tomorrow is Red Rock, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest of raid bosses. It's a bit average. I mean, it's useful. Red Steel is the most useful out of the Regis, but it's more useful than Reg Ice. Do one more raid. Nah. I got Tapu Koko, so So I'm happy, and we're actual Tapu Fini, not my mistaken Tapu Fini from last week, is going to be back in raids sort of in the next couple of weeks. So we'll try again when it comes to that. So I'm only willing to spend a certain amount of money on each one to try and get the shinies, just because I don't like paying for shinies. So Niantic only gets a certain amount of money out of me. And if I don't get the shiny during that time, well, so be it. You're getting so many Whalmers, you think it's Whalmer Spotlight Hour. You might be at a Whalmer nest, because as you can see, I'm getting a lot of Slackoths here as well. So this is obviously a Slackoth nest, where I'm walking around at the start, because there's like 2 nests along here. Where I start, there was a whole bunch of ducklets. So I'm pretty sure that it's a ducklet nest up there, and then it's a thingy nest down here, Slackoth nest. Getting a lot of hoot hoots. We're getting a mix of hoot hoots, but that's usually the way. Like in nests, there tends to be like 2 species that nest. There's a dominant species, and then there's like a secondary species. So it looks like it's a Slackoth hoot hoot nest sort of thing. Mystic Server, yeah. That's because he spends $1 million on each raid boss. That'll happen when you're doing like a whole bunch of raids. But I'm not made of money like he is, so I don't spend $1 million on Pokemon. I got bills and stuff to pay that is more important than digital creatures that are a different color than their originals. In my streams, you keep getting the shinies first. Well, send some of that luck my way, dude. Come on. Come on, come on. How do you know where the nests are? Basically any park area. They have to be mapped as well. Like a lot of people have mapped all the parks around here. So Niantic knows that they're parks. Well, the game, not so much Niantic. But when they do nest updates and stuff like that, pretty much any park that you go to, you'll notice there'll be a species that spawns there more than another species, or any other species sort of thing, and that'll be the nest Pokemon. They change every 2 weeks, so every Thursday, like every second Thursday, I should say, they change to a different species of nesting Pokemon. So yeah, usually you can tell it's a park when it's dark green like this. Like any dark green is considered a park. So that's where you'll usually find nesting species. Yesterday you got a Slacking from Incense, but it's Slacking is like the most useless Pokemon in the game. Speaking of like rare spawns, the other day I had both a Venusaur and a Blaziken spawn at my, like not at the same time. You don't have any Shundos. They're difficult to get. They're not very common, sort of thing. Like I have 2. Yet I have 2,326 shinies and 192 hundos. So the maths there is very skewed. Only 2 that is both sort of thing. I have a lot of almost shundos, like 98%ers and stuff like that. Like 98% shinies. Hey Jack, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing today? I think I got a hundo Woobat. Oh, if I did, it was there. What, you mean I encountered one? What, in my actual storage, or one that's spawned in the wild? I think I do. I'm not actually sure. I'll have to check. How am I? I'm good, Jack. How are you? Let's have a look. Woobat. Actually, no. I checked them before when I was. I think my closest one is think we have a 98%er in here, or something close to it. Yeah, that one is a 98%er. So almost a hundo. You gotta go silence? No worries, dude. Thank you for hanging around. Enjoy the rest of your Spotlight Hour. Be sure to hit that subscribe and notification button if you haven't on the way out, dude. How long does Niantic take to reply to Pokestop? They're not the ones that do the Pokestop nominations. That's all handled by the community. So if you're using Wayfarer, someone else that is using Wayfarer will be the ones that go through and check, and it can vary. Last time I submitted one, it went through within a couple of days. So basically it only took a weekend for it to get checked and then okayed and put through into the game. It just depends on how it, like, if it pops up in somebody's sort of check list. So there's no frame time, like I can't give you a, like, it's going to take this long. It could take a couple of weeks, it could take a couple of months, it could take a couple of days. It's just luck of the draw, really. So all you can do is submit them and just hope. How you doing, Jahan? Welcome in, dude. How are you doing today? Alright, so we got 25 minutes left to try and get this shiny. So we'll see how we go. Oh my god, this little bit of hair there is just, yeah, just, hey, stop annoying me. They're already there. If I already go to my thing, they'll... I'm not catching them, so there's not really a lot to check. Woobat isn't like a real useful Pokemon, so there's no point catching too many and stockpiling up candies and all that sort of stuff. You gonna do the shiny glitch? What shiny glitch are you talking about? Do they email you? I can't recall. I think you do get an email telling you whether or not your stop was submitted, like okayed or rejected. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've done a Wayfarer thing. I'm pretty sure they do. Hey Evolution, how you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? You gotta go do this last assignment? No worries, Miss Matter. Have fun writing your assignment. Don't do it too hard. Have something to eat, have a coffee or something. Or a Red Bull, whatever floats your boat. Some sort of caffeine, I almost said device. They're not really devices, they're more beverages. Have a beverage that contains some wake-up juice. Get stuck into it. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. How's the practice going? Oh, yeah, it's going. I didn't end up doing a stream on Sunday or Monday. Like I woke up, I was feeling a bit flat on Sunday, so I didn't really do anything, sort of Pokemon wise. And then yesterday, I had other stuff that I was doing, so didn't end up doing a stream. But we're getting there. Like I'm just gonna probably just pick a team, just go with it, because I know that I'm not gonna perform well during the tournament, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to put a whole lot of work into trying to get the team together, because I know that I'm just gonna get knocked out in the first round, more than likely. Did I do? Yes. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't really end up doing anything on the Sunday, because there was that. So I ended up doing that, and I got 9 shinies and a bit of sunburn, so that was fun. Oh, I got 9 shiny love discs and a shiny bronzor, so we ended up with 10 shinies for the day. So not a bad haul, but yeah, I got some sunburn to go along with it, so that's a bit like, I don't like sunburn, it hurts. You forgot about the Spotlight Hour, you saw that notification. Well, that's good, at least you got the notification. That's why you got to hit the notification bell, guys, because if you do forget about something, YouTube, if you're lucky, might remind you before the Spotlight Hour is actually over. Have a schooner. No, I don't really drink much anymore. I stopped drinking like July last year. At the end of July last year, I just decided that I had enough of drink, because I mean I still drink, just not every day. Like when I say every day, I'd have like a couple of drinks with dinner and stuff. It's not like I was just sitting there pounding brews all night. So yeah, I'd just have a couple of drinks every night. But when I started working out, most days I sort of stopped drinking. Yeah. I don't know, I might buy a couple of beers on the way home tonight if I feel like it. But yeah, I just don't really drink much anymore. I drink at like in social situations and stuff like that. If I'm out with friends for dinner or something like that, I'll have a couple of drinks, or, you know, after I think that I've earned it, like if I've done something and I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll have a couple of drinks tonight. If we get the shiny, we might get a couple of drinks. If upgraded nominated tasks one day, else 1 to 4 months after voting begins. Wait for your for Pokestop submissions. You can try some teams. Yeah, like honestly, I have a whole bunch of Pokemon that are already set up for tournaments, because back when I was doing the Sylph League tournaments, I would get teams ready sort of every month for them. So it's like I have like PvP ready Pokemon. It's just a matter of going through and choosing some, and some of them are sort of meta relevant for that specific tournament, so they're not that useful outside of that tournament. But we have some. I mean, I'll have to spend some dust getting some stuff ready. I'll probably just go through and just check on the Pokebattler thing and just see what things are sort of meta relevant at the moment, and just pick some teams sort of based around that sort of stuff. Or maybe a couple of surprises, a couple of little things that people aren't going to expect, like things that might counter meta stuff, given that most people will be running fairly meta relevant Pokemon. I'll be that sneaky person that runs the anti-meta. You're almost at 300 subs. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Getting up there. See, Rob? It does happen. It just takes work to build your channel, sort of thing. I mean, I've been doing this for... God, how long have I been doing Pokemon Go stuff now? A couple of years, 3 or 4 years now. And I mean, I'm still only at, what, 3,500 subs. So I could be a lot more, honestly, if I put a bit more consistency into the channel. But yeah, at the moment we're sort of, yeah. I've been thinking lately as well, like, also it's hard doing something like Pokemon Go to grow, because a lot of the hype of the game has sort of died off. So you're not really bringing in a lot of new people to the like back. If you look at, for instance, even like Zoe's channel and Nick's channel and stuff like that, their views have dropped off in comparison to what they were 3-4 years ago, just because there's not as many people that are playing the game anymore. So people have just lost interest, and people tend to stick to their favorites now. So people already watch Nick, Zoe, Cricket, you know, Pro Planty, Mystic 7, you know, all the other people that are already sort of established, and it's harder to get new people into the channel just because, you know, there's not as much interest in the game anymore. So saying that, I have been well, not so much contemplating, but just planning on starting up my second channel. That's going to be a bit more other stuff related. It's not going to be like gaming related or anything. And then this channel is more of a universal gaming channel instead of just being for Pokemon stuff like that. We'll start adding some other stuff to the channel just to, you know, grow it in other ways rather than focusing on a game that's sort of on its last legs, for the lack of a better term. I mean, there's still people that are interested in the game, but not so much in comparison to what it used to be. meta has shifted now. New mons, new stuff. Yeah, it's different to what it was last year. The meta. Hey Jimmy, you gotta go. No worries, dude. Take it easy, Rob. Enjoy your evening, day. Your day, evening. Have a good one, man. Yeah, just keep hacking away at, dude. You'll get those subs. Like I said, just keep uploading content that you think people are gonna watch, and hopefully you'll attract people in. He needs to make cooking. That sort of stuff might be on the other channel. I mean, I've already sort of... Alright, let me run this past you guys. Because, I mean, you're already sort of my audience at this point, so you guys can give me feedback. On the second channel that I want to start talking about some more adult subject matter. Like, I'm not saying, go and doing adult stuff, but just things like that aren't gaming. So, real life situation sort of stuff. So, gonna start doing stuff about men's health, health in general, like exercising and all that sort of stuff, mental health, that sort of stuff. Like, what do you guys reckon? Like, do you reckon that's a good idea? Any shinies? No, so far not today. We've still got about 15 minutes to see if we can get the shiny. We got the shiny for Pidgey around, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, I've just been going through a lot of changes over the last year, sort of thing. Like I said, starting to work out more and all that sort of stuff. Dealt with mental health stuff. I just feel like I've got a lot of stuff up here that I can give to other people. Just ideas of how to cope with stuff and, doing, like, changing your life around and all that sort of stuff that I think could help other people. So yeah, Nick hit 1 million subs a while ago. He did that like 6-7 months ago. But as I was saying, that's because, he's one of the main people that does Pokemon Go. He's sponsored by Niantic for all the events. He goes to all the, the international events and stuff like that. He's part of the Go squad. So he's already like a well-established Pokemon Go YouTuber. So, most of those people, like, when it comes to growth, I'm guarantee you that those million subs were people that have been watching from, the last couple of years. They just never subbed to his channel until, they finally go, oh yeah, no, I should say, because that's usually how it goes. Most people that watch people's videos on YouTube aren't actually subscribed to their channel. It's just the way that it is. Like, that's just the beast of YouTube. So that's why I'm constantly reminding you guys, like, hey, subscribe to the channel and all that sort of stuff, just because there's a large portion of people which watch the content which aren't actually. So you got to remind people. So yeah, it's a little bit skewed when you say, like, oh, he got to 1 million subs. It's like, yeah, like, what? Like, I'm not trying to detract anything from it or anything, but it's just like those million people would have been people that have been watching his videos sort of on and off for the past, 5-6 years. That finally got around to actually hitting the subscribe button. Because people suck! Oh, you guys. Cooking Shorts channel also needed. Just don't talk about politics. Nah. You think that's a fabulous idea? Go for it. Try something new. See what happens. Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, what do I have to lose by doing that sort of stuff? That was sort of the mentality. But I mean, if we can grow another channel that's more likely to get more eyes on it, sort of thing, because of the subject matter. Because, like I said, Pokemon Go is a game that sort of it's not as popular anymore, so there's not as many people searching up Pokemon Go related stuff. If I try and appeal to a different audience for different things, we can grow that channel, we can make money off of that channel, that can be the channel that pays the bills and, you know, all that sort of stuff, and then we can just do this stuff for fun. And there's no stress on my shoulders about trying to grow this channel. It can just steadily grow, and I can just use it to have fun with you guys playing games and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, this becomes back to my stress relief channel. Like, it's just like, you know, I just get to play video games and have fun with you guys, whereas in the other channel's the more serious channel, which is going to be like, hey, this is information that doesn't get searched up once and then after it's because that's the problem with Pokemon Go. Because of all the event related stuff, things only stay relevant for so long. So you're only going to get views on a video for something while it's relevant. Once it sort of passes that point, it just gets left and nobody really watches it anymore. If you're doing stuff that's more based on, like I said, health and fitness and mental health and all that sort of stuff, they're subjects which are always going to get searched, like, because there's always going to be people going through that sort of stuff and, you know, trying to change it. So they're things that appeal to a greater audience for the long term sort of thing, rather than only having short periods of time of being relevant. That's how I'm looking at it anyway. Peace out, good luck on the shiny ad. No worries, dude. Have a good one, Jahern. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Hey, Leon, how you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Subscribe, it's free. At the moment, until YouTube decides to change. Should start, like, using that as a thing. Guys, subscribe now while it's free. You never know when YouTube is going to start charging people for subscriptions. It's tiny. So we got a couple of, a couple of large ones and a tiny one so far. Don't forget Pokemon Go, good Sunday. Yeah. Probably not. It's never going to be the way that back when the game first released and you had hundreds of people that were out looking for it's like that hype of the game is gone and it won't come back. Like, the appeal, like, it was something that made people, you know, they were nostalgic for, hey, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. And then they got a dose of that and then it just became irrelevant. Like, most people dropped off within the first year or two sort of thing. Like, those big crowds of people that would be out on the beach looking for Lapras or looking for Dragonite, or that's never going to happen again. Like, it's never going to be as relevant as it was back in. And also, because it's an online game sort of thing, it's just like, it's going to get to a point where Niantic closes the servers for it. So even, you know, 10 years down the line sort of thing, there's going to be nobody playing it just because the game's going to be dead, and there's going to be no way to actually play it because there's going to be no service for it or anything like that anymore. So at that point, it just becomes completely irrelevant. You're sleepy here. I know how you feel, dude. I'm sleepy here as well, and it's nearly 7 p.m. I was actually like super fatigued yesterday. Like, I did a real intense workout sort of thing, and by the end of it, I was just like, oh my god, I can hardly move. I was like, my body was fatigued, but my mind was still awake. So I was just like, oh, I can't sleep now because it's like 7 p.m. sort of thing. So I'm like, I can't sleep. But my body just is screaming at me to just like not do anything. So I just laid on the bed, just like watching YouTube videos, just like, I'll stay here for a little bit. Gonna be in the 60s today. I thought you meant like you. I thought you were I'm gonna be in my 60s today. It's gonna be like, happy birthday. But wait, you meant New York, weather-wise. That's cold, yeah. because you're talking Fahrenheit, so to me that means like I have no idea. I'm a Celsius, but we do our maths in metric over here, like our measurements in metric. You know, the thing that actually makes sense. Imperial makes no sense to me. So Fahrenheit, inches, feet, miles, all of that stuff is just like, just make it simple. Do it in metric. There's a reason why basically the rest of the world uses metric for their measuring systems, because it's easy. America has to be like different. You have to use the imperial system. You have to drive on the right hand side of the, and it's just like, god damn, what is wrong with you? Left hand rather, not right hand. I'm only picking fun, but bloody Americans just being difficult. Minecraft was a game that once was popular. Yeah, but see, that's the difference about Minecraft. It doesn't have servers that rely. It has servers, but there's like a single player like aspect to it and all that sort of stuff. It's a completely different thing to Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is entirely online based sort of thing. So once those servers for look at the Harry Potter game, for instance. You can't play that anymore because they've shut the servers down for it. So that game is completely dead and gone. So anybody that had a channel based on that stuff, they're just irrelevant now. Like, they have to do something else. That will eventually happen with Pokemon Go. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's something that's not going to last forever. The popularity of it has already dropped off significantly. Yes, there's a big PvP element to it and all that sort of stuff at the moment, but even that will get old at some point, and people will end up just playing like the main series games again and the TCG and all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, Minecraft is a completely different thing, and because of the simple fact that you can buy server space and you can run your own server for Minecraft and all that sort of stuff, it's in your control, whereas you don't have that control with Pokemon Go. It's out of your hands. Once they want to shut the servers down for it, the game dies. So any channel that is 100% related to it dies alongside it, sort of thing. You have no snow in winter. You guys have blizzards and stuff like that? Like, I've seen what it's like in New York during winter time. Like, you guys can have like severe blizzards, and the Hudson River like full freezes over. And I've seen Batman. I've seen it when they send the people out onto the ice and they fall in and stuff. Yeah, we don't get that here in Melbourne. Like, we get the hot weather and it gets cold, but if it snows around here, it's usually up in the highlands, like around Ballarat and stuff. I don't think it's snowed in Melbourne since like the 1800s or something like that. The big cities like New York and such still have big communities, but the rest of us, COVID hit the community. Exactly, Patricia. That's what happened around here. The community was a small, tight-knit community sort of before COVID, but as soon as COVID happened and people could just raid from home and everything like that, I haven't seen anybody out since, sort of thing, doing Pokemon Go stuff. Like, I may drive past somebody and give them a wave and be like, hey, if they're out, but I never see any of the community out and about playing anymore on community days and stuff like that, like we used to. Ah, that's a heat wave in winter. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's Imperial, so it makes no sense to me. It's just like 60 degrees. Wow, that's really hot. Because, I mean, here in Australia, it's like 40 degrees is like a stinking hot day sort of thing. But that's 40 degrees Celsius. In short, Jimmy's cringe causes us. Sorry, he uses the metric system. Yeah, wait. You calling me cringy because I use the metric system? How is that cringy? Everything is in multitudes of 10. So 10 millimeters is centimeter. 100 centimeters is a meter. 100 meters, 1,000 meters is a kilometer. It's just like, it all makes sense. It all multiplies by 10. So it makes so much more sense. Celsius, I mean, that just makes sense because, you know, that's what I was raised to, the temperature that I know. Yeah, Fahrenheit doesn't make sense to me. You can be like, it's 120 degrees, and I'll be like, damn, that's really bloody hot. I guess it's funny, I was actually watching one of Jack's videos the other, like Jacksepticeye's videos, and he was saying the exact same thing. He was saying that when he grew up, like, he thought America was scary because he'd be like, he'd see them reporting weather of like 80 degrees, 100 degrees and stuff like that, and he'd be like, damn, man, I never want to go over to these places because it's like burning hot all the time. And it's just like, it's because it was in Fahrenheit. So it's just, you know, if you grow up in a place where it's Celsius and you see 30 degrees, I mean, it's sort of opposite for you guys. You see 30 degrees and you're just like, damn, that's pretty chilly. And it's just like, no, it's like, that's a pretty hot day here. It's just the difference in the measuring systems. All right, unfortunately, we did not get the shiny. Woobat did not like me tonight. Just like typical. I got no woo for my Valentine's Day. No woo whatsoever. Oh, hang on. Mate. Damn. No woo. So it looks like we have to transfer one. No, now we have nothing. It's raining. Rain is better than snow. I mean, it really depends because some people enjoy the cold weather and, you know, snowy out. Like, don't get me wrong, snow's beautiful. Like, seeing seeing an American Christmas where you guys have the snow and the Christmas trees and all that sort of stuff, that's pretty. And I was always, like, when I was growing up, I was always like, oh, when are we going to get a snowy Christmas? And it's just like, it doesn't happen just because Christmas for us is in the middle of summer. So it's always hot and we're never going to have a snowy Christmas here. So yeah, like I said, it's like snow can be beautiful, but at the same time, it's freezing cold and I don't do well in cold weather. Like, I have bad enough back and joints and all that sort of stuff, like aches and pains when it's not like absolute freezing cold below zero. I think I would literally die. I would not be able to move. I wouldn't be able to leave the house because I'd just be like, I can't walk. Oh, my joints are all frozen. You should try living in Canada. We kind of need to know both inches and centimeters. Oh, you poor people. You poor Canadians. Yeah, that was always something that gets me. It's like the way that America spells some words. Like, it's not just mum, it's color, and there's other words as well. Like, it's pronounced aluminium, not aluminum, all right? I'm throwing that out there. Aluminium. That's one of my pet peeves. It's just like, god damn, it's not aluminum, aluminium. Me on your way to teach Jimmy how to patch ROMs. Never say never. It will snow. No, it'll snow here. Like I said, it snows in Melbourne once every, couple of years. It just has to we just have to have an Arctic blast, because Melbourne is one of the closest cities to the Antarctic, and basically it's Auckland, Hobart, Buenos Aires, and then Melbourne. Like, we're like the 4th or 5th closest capital city to the Arctic Circle. So it can get super cold here. But like I said, if it does snow here, it's usually up in the highlands. Like, where I live, we're halfway sort of in between Melbourne and the highlands. So Ballarat, which is the next closest city in Victoria, like outside of Melbourne, they get snow there during the winter time quite regularly, just because it's higher in altitude. A few years ago, it actually snowed. Was it last year? It might have been last year or the year before. It actually snowed at my joint, but only sleeting. Like, it didn't snow enough to like full cover the ground, but it was, if you looked outside, you could see that there was snow falling. But like I said, we have to have like a full Arctic blast for that to happen. Wait, you got a Higgy? Wait, you mean a huge shiny? All I see is Higgy. A Higgy shiny? A huge shiny plus 4 stars in the last 20 minutes. Nice. Well done, Naruto. Congratulations. I'm still yet to get a huge or a tiny shiny. I got a couple of huge and tinies during the Spotlight Hour, but we didn't get a shiny, unfortunately. So speaking of which, let's get rid of a shiny. So, what do we reckon, guys? Get rid of a love disc? I mean, it's fairly fitting given that, you know, we didn't get any woo for our Valentine's Day. We may as well sacrifice a heart. It's like, my God, my heart is broken. I better transfer a heart away. Nah, that Skitty is my only shiny Skitty. And I caught it the other day and I named it Chairman Meow in honor of our cat that we had to have put down a few weeks back because he was old and that, so not getting rid of that one. That's my Chairman Meow. No, man, I'm not getting rid of Skitty. Like I said, that's my little homage kitty for my passed away kitty. So, nope. That's all right. Like, we knew that it was coming because he's been sort of suffering with cancer for like he was suffering with cancer for like the last couple of years of his life. Because he was a white cat that had a pink nose and pink ears and stuff like that. And usually light-skinned cats like that don't fare well with the sun, and just because the sun's so intense here. And you couldn't keep him, like, you couldn't put sunscreen on him because he'd just lick it off, like off his nose and off his ears. He'd just get rid of it straight away. And he always sat in the sun. You couldn't keep him from sitting in the sun. You couldn't keep him inside because he'd just screech at you to go outside. So we had no choice but to, you know, let him out and let him do his own thing. And yeah, he ended up having to have both of his ears cut off because of the cancer. And then in the last couple of weeks, like, he was doing fine. He was losing weight. He was sort of battling on, but he was still healthy. He was eating, he was happy, comfortable, all that sort of stuff. But then in the last week before we had to do it, like, he went completely blind sort of thing. And not having any ears, so he couldn't hear well, and not being able to see, we're just like, well, it's sort of at the point where we have to, you know, make that decision to let him go. We can't keep him alive just to make us happy and all that sort of stuff. So we ended up having to do what was right for him, and yeah. Condolences on the loss of yours died. Yeah, sorry to hear that, dude. That's what we were hoping. We were hoping that he was just going to pass in his sleep one night and we weren't going to have to actually go to the vet and, you know, get it done ourselves, sort of thing. But yeah, he was just he was stubborn all the way to the end. Like, he was the boss of the neighborhood. He bossed all the neighborhood dogs around. He was as tough as nails. Like, he would literally, like, arc up against dogs that were like 10 times his size. He didn't care. Yeah, he chased all the neighborhood dogs. Like, all the dogs in the neighborhood were scared to come into the yard because of him, just because he would, like, attack them. He was a funny little bugger, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, life is like that sometimes, where you just unfairly, things, you know, get taken away. It's just... did you know polar bear skins are black? I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere before, but yeah, that would make sense, given that black is the best insulator. Like, black absorbs photons from the sun better than any other color. That's why if you're wearing black on a hot day, you're usually hotter than you were if you were wearing white or something like that. It's why snow reflects UV rays so well, because it's white. But yeah, black is the opposite. It absorbs photons from the sun. So that would make sense that they have black skin, just so they can trap the warmth in. To contain heat, yeah, there you go. To contain the heat, yeah. You're still really sorry about the cat. That's all right, dude. like I said, it was sad on the day that we had to do it, sort of thing, but yeah, we still remember, like, every day when I go out to make food in the middle of the night or something like that, I'm constantly looking, because he used to sleep in the bag sort of at the bottom of the stairs. I look down expecting to see him there, but he's not there, and I'm just like, oh, that's but yeah, it's better. He's in a better place now, sort of thing. He's happy. He's getting all his munchies. He's got his ears back. He's, you know, bossing all the dogs around in heaven, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, all right, back to the shinies, because we got a little bit sidetracked. So what do we reckon, guys? What do we want to get rid of? A love disc. I mean, we can transfer the Bronzor if we really wanted to. What else? Pretty much, I mean, we've got a lot of things that we could get rid of. What do you think's equivalent for a Woobat? I mean, honestly, we could transfer a bat for a bat, so we could get rid of one of the Noibats, or I could just transfer a Woobat, because I mean, I've already got like a bunch of them. So we could just transfer a shiny Woobat and wait, didn't I have 5 of them? Anyway, a Zubat, a love disc. Do a Zubat. I think I got it. How many Zubats do I have? I have 4. I need to save 1 to actually evolve into Crobat. Patricia's saying love disc. Naruto saying Zubat, and Chom saying Bronzor. You don't make it easy for me, guys. Come on, get together, formulate what you want me to transfer, and then let me know. I mean, I'm happy to transfer either of the, either of the 3, really, at the end of the day. Rock, scissors, paper. All right. But see, this doesn't work, because I could flip a coin. Oh no, my wallet's in my car, so I can't flip a coin, actually. And it's really hard to flip a coin when you got 3 choices. It's like heads, Zubat, tails, Bronzor. If it lands on the side, you pick Rock. No Negan tonight. No, like, she's busy doing her stuff. I'm pretty sure she works some nights, so she might have been at work. She might be sick. All right. Just because, like I said, it is Valentine's Day, and I'm not getting any woo. My heart is broken. We can get rid of a love disc. And that one will do. Bye, love disc. Bye. Bronzor now! No! No, we've already done the shiny. It was love disc. I'm not even sure how much shiny Bronzors I have. Beyond Bronzor. Honestly, we could have done I have quite a few Bronzors, actually. We have, what, 9 shiny Bronzors? We could have done a Bronzor. I had 9, just 9 from the other day. I think it was like 12 or something like that all up. So it was much of a muchness for Bronzor or Love Disc, really. They are boosted after, yeah. Yeah, I ended up getting, I think it was 3 shiny Bronzors on the Bronzor Spotlight Hour when we had that. You had 2 votes for Bronzor. Alright, well, next week, if we don't get a... We've got our Pokemon set in for next week, alright? If we don't get the shiny next week during Spotlight Hour, we'll get rid of a Bronzor, okay? Will that make you happy? It's still on the line, guys. Bronzor's just sitting there, just like, oh no, oh no. The noose is around its neck. It's at the gallows. We just have to pull the handle. Next week, if we don't get the shiny, next year we'll take you to Melbourne Gardens for a picnic for Valentine. Jay, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'll put it in my diary now. Next year, if you're not busy with, you know, actual Valentine's Day stuff, because I mean, a year's a long time. I could end up, you know, one of these Tinder ladies could, you know, come to the table and be like, hey, and then next year I won't need. But I mean, if we need it, then I know that you're there for me. So thank you. But that bronzer is so smug right now, knowing he survived. Yeah, he was holding the torch. He's like on Survivor. So he got the immunity torch. He couldn't be voted off the island this week. But next week's another story. That male Nidoran and that Hootoo. Oh, the Hootoo's gone. I was gonna be like, they're kissing each other. I bet. Gee, thanks, dude. Just like, I so hope that you're still single next year. It's like, gee, thanks for the support. Much appreciated. Oh, gee, thanks, Naruto. Gee, I thought his was bad. You just throw me under the bus. Yeah, he probably will be. I mean, look at him. He looks like a used Muppet that's been thrown under a bus. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Like, much appreciated for your vote of confidence in my love life. What do you think the shiny odds for the Vegas Hoenn tour are going to be? What, for the in-person or the everybody else, like the global one? If it's the in-person one, probably the same as what they've been for the previous few years during the Johto and the Kanto tour. So they won't be like community odds. What, the odds have been like 1 in 50-ish or something like that? I'm pretty sure they've been like the 1 in 50, 1 in 64 for most shinies, if I remember correctly. The in-person, yeah. That's what I'm assuming. It'll be fairly similar to what the last couple have been. 1 in 64 to 1, yeah, somewhere around that I would assume. I don't know what the exact odds are for them. I think I covered it in the video that I did for the shiny odds, but that was like 8 or 9 months ago now, so I can't remember off the top of my head what all the numbers were, but I think I covered what the odds were for the tours. I think they're similar to GoFest, which is around that 1 in 64, 1 in 50-ish sort of thing. You sure that's Oh, you mean I'm gonna have a part? Okay. It just came across as it's just like, I'm pretty sure he will be single still. It's just like, oh gee, thanks guys. Glad to know you've got my back. I'm gonna be the next Bachelor. Oh, God, I hope not. I can't stand those TV shows. I'm sorry, but shows like The Bachelor, Married at First Sight, I think they are the epitome of just trash TV. Like, they are just bottom of the barrel, wouldn't want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. I can't stand that stuff. Like, I really can't. It's honestly, those type of shows are one of the reasons why society is the way that it is. It's the reason why apps like Tinder and stuff like that are the way that they are, just because everybody just judges everybody without even really getting to know people, and then everybody's just trying to get famous by being on TV. Like, follow me on Instagram, like 9 women out of 10, or I can't say if they're not the same for men, I just don't know because I don't look at men on Tinder. But 9 out of 10 women don't even bother putting a description on Tinder. They just put their Instagram thing, and it's just like, follow me on Instagram. And it's just like, I have no want to follow randos on Instagram. And that's basically what society is. Nobody even tries to meet anybody and get to know anybody. It's all about posing and how beautiful and look how perfect my life is on Insta. And it's just like, it looks perfect because it's a farce. You're setting it up to make it look like your whole life is just an adventure around the world, and you eat at the finest restaurants every night, and you do this and do that. It's just like, it's not like that. That's not how the real world works. Not everybody does that stuff 24/7, and I hate it. I can't stand it. Yes, +1 Jimmy supporter. Wonder what's going to spawn for 2 minutes at the in-person event. I don't know, dude. I guess you'll find out on the weekend. Last Go Fest, they had unknown spawn for 2 minutes at the top of every hour. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I guess, like I said, you'll find out on the weekend. I mean, I'm guessing because they still need to do like the question mark and explanation unknowns, so they probably have a high probability of spawning, given that they're so rare and they really save them for events. Jimmy, the #1 bachelor, the Bachelor is trash, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I just can't stand TV like that. It's like, there's a million things on TV or even YouTube and stuff like that you can watch that might teach you something. You know, learn a new skill, watch something about space that's going to be interesting, watch, something about nature that's going to be interesting. Don't watch other trash people just being trash people for the sake of being trash people. It's just like, I just can't stand it. It's just, like, don't get me wrong, I can watch some pretty dumb stuff. Like, I'm not saying that everything that I watch is, I'm perfect and, everyone needs to be like me. That's the last thing that I'm saying. I can't stand that sort of stuff. I just figure there is so much better stuff that people could be using their time watching, even if it's just entertaining stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people watch this stuff ironically because they're like, oh, this stuff is so trash, that's why I watch it. And it's just like, yeah, okay. I have shows like that I watch as well. Like, I watch Ghost Adventures or something like that just because I know how trashy it is and how fake it is. But I just can't help laughing at it. I'm just like, these guys are so stupid, walking around just pretending, like Chris Angel Mind Freak and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, oh my God, this stuff is so dumb. You'll send a photo? Oh, good, dude. Like, at the moment, there's a new show. I haven't watched it, but I'm watching everybody react to it, and it's that new TLC show, MILF Manor. Like, that is the like absolute friggin' stupid shit that I have ever seen. But just watching everybody else react to it, that's what I find funny. So I've been watching like Chris James and Cinnamon Toast Ken and all these people like reacting to that show and just cringing alongside them, sort of thing. And that's what I enjoy, just watching the people just thinking about the stuff the same way that I do, and just like, oh my God, this stuff is so bad. No, MILF Manor. Mums I'd like to fornicate with, Manor. You've been sending the countdown recently. Oh, okay, sorry, I haven't checked out the server in a few days, so I'll have to check it out when I get home. What's been my luckiest find? You ended up with seeing one of the Lake Trio at a park, almost died with it. Actually, I've never seen any of the Lake Trio wild. Luckiest find? I don't know, honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything which I'd be like, that was the best find ever. I don't know, I'd have to go through like my storage and just have a look for things and be like, oh, that's it. I guess my shiny Gibble might be one of those things. I mean, this was before Com Day, like it's Com Day, when it was actually during a Spotlight Hour The Gibble, I saw it on the nearby, and then Spotlight Hour started. And usually when Spotlight Hour starts, all the spawns change over to the Spotlight Pokemon. But that was still on my nearby, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go and get that Gibble. And then it was a shiny, so I was just like, oh my god, like I can't believe like it didn't change over. It was still it was still there, and it was a shiny. So I think that one would be one of those things. Yeah, that's probably one of the things that I can think of off the top of my head. I can't think of like a lot of other things like that right at this particular moment. So we'll just say the Gibble. All right, you're back. No worries. I'm back at the car. There we go. Walkies are done. That whole time I should have put an egg. I just walked like 4 kilometers and I didn't have an egg on that entire time. So that was probably a waste of walking, but that's okay. I guess we'll put one on now. Now that I'm not walking anymore. Ah, Jimmy. I don't know. Alrighty, guys. Well, now that I'm back at the car, I will probably be wrapping it up for the evening. You love how every single Pokemon that ends in bat has a green shiny. Yeah, Woobat. No, not all of them. Crobat doesn't. Crobat is pink. Ugh. So I'm sorry to ruin your you're just like, I came up with something. Oh, damn. Sorry, I do the same thing all the time. Yeah, Crobat's pink. But pretty much every other one, I mean, Noibat, Zubat, Golbat, they're all green. You shall rest now as well. All good, dude. All good. Thank you for tuning. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around. Much appreciated. I know that it's late for you guys over in that part of the world. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up now because I gotta go to the supermarket and grab some stuff on the way home for dinner because I'm having nachos for dinner. I got chili cooking at home, so I just need to grab some cheese and stuff on the way home. So I've got some stuff to chuck on. Cheese and some olives. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night for Spotlight Hour. Raid Hour. It is Reggie Rock, unfortunately, so it isn't the greatest of the Reggies, but it's still better than Reggies. And yeah, we'll do it then, and then I'll probably go home and do a little bit of team stuff tonight, trying to figure out what I want to put onto my team for the tournament. Oh my god, my hair just, I wish it wouldn't curl up at the sides like that. I wear a hat and it looks like I've got a moccasin on my head because of the way that my hair is all, I need my hair to sit flat on the sides. It's like, I wish my hair wouldn't curl. I just want it to sit flat. It would look so much better. But alright, guys. Night Patricia, thank you for sticking around. So yeah, night Naruto, night James, night Charm, night Patricia, night everybody else. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do some raids, and then yeah, we'll do some raids. So until tomorrow night, guys, enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe. Happy hunting. Sending you them shiny vibes. Sending you them good vibes. Good vibes. I suppose good vibes are good things to have. Goodbye vibes is what I meant to say. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Bye. Hit the thumbs up. Bye.